Everyone, this is Deb Tim, a Canadian girl, and Ozzy and I are going for a hike on this absolutely beautiful day. This is a summer camp for kids. It's got great trails and it's closed this time of year, so it's a great place to hike. Look at how gorgeous this is. It's a really nice day. It's only 8 degrees, but I've got a jacket and hat and my knapsack on, my water, camel pack, my water. So we're going to have a good couple hours. I might even find some driftwood in here. Along this trail there are 2 bridges we cross, but they're just little like foot bridges, and the stream is like a deep little ravine. That's why the bridges, but it's always a pretty sight. Come on, Ozzy, move. Here's one of the bridges. And Ozzy just went tearing after a cat, so I was really glad he came back. Yeah, see, it's really just a little trickly stream. In the spring it flows pretty good though when the ice is thawing. There's a dog barking in the distance, and I think Oz is tempted to go find him. But that won't be happening. This is a really cool place. My kids used to come with us camping when we were young. And there's like a lake here, kind of a glorified pond that we'd swim in. Man, we got good memories from this place. Ooh. Trail's pretty good. I can't believe the amount of grass that's growing. That's really weird. We used to come through here on our horses. It's a great horse trail. The only problem was my mare. She wouldn't cross the bridges. So I'd be able to go to the bridge and back because she would actually panic. I could get her across if 2 of us led her across. And there had to be a horse in front of her too, so she knew that somebody was going first. These are great horse trails. And then in the winter, we do cross-country skiing on these trails too, which are really good for that because most of the places are nice and wide. This is kind of cool. On some of these trails, you find this squirrel crossing and then a can, and they usually leave a thing of bug spray in there all summer long for anyone who forgets it. Oh, and up ahead, we're coming to the next little bridge, and you'll see why my mare wouldn't cross these bridges. The first one looked more solid, but this one looks kind of rickety. And it's the same thing, there's nothing. This actually runs pretty good in the spring, and there's little minnows in here, like oodles of minnows. But it's just a pretty part of the trail. Some of these trees are really massive. This one has a huge branch. It's got to be 50, 60 feet long. That snapped off the base. So this is bridge number 3. And bridge number 3 takes us into the pine forest. But I don't know, it's looking really different for some reason. This is a little wetter. Not much though. We did have a lot of rain, and they're calling for like 3 more days of rain, so I thought I better get out while it getting's good. When we used to bring the kids here camping, and if they were misbehaving at the campsite, they always loved to do the trails, but they were afraid they'd get lost because they were just little boys and they thought this was like a huge forest. So my husband and I, we used to always say, okay, we're going to go play Hansel and Gretel. And then they'd behave because they didn't want to be left in the forest. So this is coming back out on the road, just a few hundred yards further down the road than when we went in. But it's a really nice windy, twisty path. So now we're going to go down this way to the lake and the camping area. It's really nice, but wow, I can't believe how low the water is. That's crazy. That beach over there, the water was halfway up the beach, that there was maybe 3 to 5 feet of sand till you got to the water. Oh, that's so disappointing, isn't it? Yep, that's what it looked like when we used to swim. We didn't care about the weeds. And we had there was a big wooden floating raft thing that we'd all get on and use big sticks and tour all around this little lake. And now I cannot believe how low it is. Wow. And this is the far end. It's really such a pretty place to go for walks. Oh, Ozzy's gonna have nice dirty feet for my car again. This used to be a campground years ago, and then it came up for sale, and it was such a gorgeous parcel of land with that pond and then a big clearing where you could build your house, and the rest is all woods. I think it was like 96 acres, and it was like, I don't know, 80 acres of bush. Just my kind of property. So in this area, it's got a little roadway that circles it. This was the entire campground. So there were maybe 30 sites, and there was no hydro and no water at the sites. There was one community pump up by the lake, and that was it. And no flush toilets. It was camping, but it was a little bit roughing it too, the way it should be. This sand, we used to go through here on our hands and knees on Labor Day weekend and press our hands into the sand, feeling for warm spots. And once you found a warm spot, you started digging, and there was always a snapping turtle nest. And the kids would help the little turtles go to the water. And one time I let them bring 3 home. And as far as I know, they're still somewhere in town. Somebody has them. But we gave them to friends, and then those friends gave them to friends, and they really made a circuit of the town. But it was pretty cool. And they were so tiny in their shell, and by the time we gave them to one of the boys' friends, the shells had to be 6 inches long. Yeah, it was a couple of years, but they grew fast. I don't know if you can see, but I was seeing some minnows darting in and out. I can't see through my camera lens, it's just way too glary. But maybe when I check it at home, I'll have a fish on there. I don't know. So I guess we're going to head back to the car. The wind's starting to pick up. I'll go up this path. And here we're coming back out at the main gate. So that is our excursion for today. So this is Deb Tim signing out. I hope you've had a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.